Hello there, Kyle Katarn here, and it is Wednesday, my droids. Let's read some Star Wars comics. Today I'm going to do something a little different. Normally, this is a first-time read-through for me of the brand new Star Wars comics that just came out in canon. But we're going to go back a couple years, through the legends, to Star Wars Tales. I've been wanting to reread this for a while, and with the new announcement of the Tales of the Underworld coming, and realizing that Star Wars Tales is kind of coming back in canon, I wanted to focus on what Star Wars Tales used to be, which was this awesome anthology of comics, short form stories all around the galaxy. Some are about Vader, some are about the Jedi of the prequels, some are about bounty hunters. It really was one of my favorite comic series, reading these growing up. And so I wanted to go through them again. Well, without further ado, let's read some comics together. Today we have got Star Wars Tales, issue number 1. From Dark Horse Comics. This is some fantastic cover art too. I love this just brilliant red glow lighting up Vader, standing in space. Just the shapes of his helmet are so iconic. Let's do this thing. I don't see an artist's signature on the cover, so hopefully it says it in the next page here. Star Wars Tales, Volume 1, Issue 1. We've got a welcome page, okay. Today we've got 4 short stories. Life, Death, and the Living Force by Woodring, Teranishi, and Chukri. Mara Jade, A Night on the Town by Zahn, Cordy, and Wood. Very nice. Darth Vader Extinction by Martz, Castellini, and Major. And then, yes, Skippy the Jedi Droid by David Egelin, Shum, and McKinnon. So, Skippy the Jedi Droid, a Force-sensitive R5, one of my favorite Legend stories. I got so excited in The Mandalorian when they decided the R5 was going to accompany him in Season 3 because, in my mind, that's Skippy. It is Skippy. And if you don't know about Skippy, you're about to. Okay, let's go. I just got very excited because I forgot that Skippy was in the very first issue. And we're starting off with Life, Death, and the Living Force. Let's go. Ararua. Is this Obi-Wan? That's totally Obi-Wan. Hey, little guy. These are cool. They're like kite squids that are flying around. I said it's cool, but the more I'm thinking about it, that freaks me out, actually, a little bit. God, look at this artwork. Look at the multicolored bark on these trees. You can see the light filtering through these leaves, too. Oh, this is fantastic. I love the different, the solid hue shade to show, foreground and background, too. You got this light green, and, this pale bluish green, and then, dark in the front, showing that he's kind of in, a shadowy part of the woods here. Makes me think of Fern Gully, actually. The color scheme, strangely enough. Life, Death, and the Living Force. Featuring Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Written by Jim Woodring, art by Robert Teranishi, letters by Michael Taylor, color rendering by Christopher Chukri, and editor Pete James. What kind of thing are you, little guy? Don't worry, I won't hurt you. That's right, just hold still. I just want to be... Friends? Oh my goodness, Obi-Wan. Why are you out here trying to make friends with bugs? This is terrifying. Look, it's just this little cute, innocent face, and then Jesus Christ! Yes, climb away. Climb to safety. God, this artwork is phenomenal. Look at the shadows filtering over him. You can see the canopy of trees without it being shown to you. I love that. I love the Episode 1 robes too. Such a good look. Oh! Nice. It snapped its jaw off when the log fell. Damn, Obi-Wan. Master Qui-Gon! Your lightsaber! A monster! The lightsaber isn't necessary, Obi-Wan. You've quite deterred the Squally Hawk. That was a Squally Hawk? Yes, and unless I'm mistaken, you've put an end to its illustrious career. It won't be able to eat with that broken mouth you gave it. I'm afraid it will starve. Damn. Reality check immediately. Oh, Qui-Gon is just oh, look what you did. You totally just put your foot in the ecosystem here. Immediately a lesson is learned. I'm afraid it will starve. I hope it will. Come on, Obi-Wan. Well, it's definitely an occupational hazard for a predator like that. But they are elegant creatures, and they occupy an important niche in the web of life here. Who? What is that? See, we gotta remember that Obi-Wan was pretty headstrong when we first met him in Phantom Menace. Remember? Like, he called Jar Jar like a disgusting life form. Or like a lower life form. What is that? He's clearly sentient, dude. He's got piercings. Like, what are you... He's wearing a hat. This is Moscow Bulpa. He's a Morganite. I found him in a Blagwar snare. If I hadn't cut him free and gotten him out of there, he would have been on their table tonight. Not true! Moscow not need help. Moscow honor you with his company. I'm taking Moscow back to our camp so he can eat and rest his injured leg. Great. Here you are. You'll be safe here. Yeah, dump! I like this, Moscow. Dump? Maybe you'd rather be back in your snare. My master here just saved your life in case you hadn't noticed. Wrong, you stupid boy! Nobody do for Moscow. Moscow do for everybody! Now you have honor to feed Moscow. You can be proud to say, Moscow, he eat my filthy food. Master Qui-Gon, are you going to take this from him? He's a Morganite. They all act like that. They can't help it. It's in their nature. Let it go. Let it go? Let him go. Man, Obi-Wan, you've got room for improvement here. It really is kind of jarring to see him in this phase of being a Padawan where he's so unbalanced and still making these snap judgments, and because we know him as being so wise and so just kind of zen and, well-traveled and world-weary, and here he is being this headstrong young, very Anakin, if anything. Stink stuff not fit for Moscow, but gimme! Moscow is great. He should be like an insult comic. I'd go to his show. Here you are, my friend. I'll get you something to drink also. You not Moscow's friend. Moscow great. You junk. Get Moscow drink, junk. Master, your word is my law, but why do you allow yourself to be insulted by this non-entity? Excuse me? I know he's rude, but damn, that's extremely judgmental. He is doing us a very great favor, Obi-Wan. He is doing us a very great favor, Obi-Wan. He is giving us an opportunity to serve the living force without the remotest chance of reward. He'll reward us by cutting our throats. Everyone knows Morganites are the most treacherous creatures in the galaxy. Perhaps. Ugh! Moscow full! I go now. Perhaps you had better rest a bit. You've had an ordeal. Moscow fine! Moscow go now! Only you two here. Yes, just we two. Okay, later that night. Fantastic. Look at this panel right here. I love that. The light filtering over the roots and then just Qui-Gon in his hammock. And there's Obi-Wan in his. Okay. Return of the Morganites. Just like Obi-Wan predicted, because they're so just ridiculous. Kill them! Kill them! Get their stuff! Obi-Wan, arm yourself. What? I knew it! I knew that little brat would turn on us. Focus, Obi-Wan. Be here now. Iconic. I love it. The pale green glow of the light. Oh my god, these things that they're riding on. They kind of remind me of the boss fight monster in that Jack Black video game, Brutal Legend. It's like it smacks at the ground. It's got these giant teeth. Are these? Yeah, they are all Morganites. Look at them. Nice. Just cut to straight after the battle. We'll have to move on. The balance of this site has been disturbed. Besides, there will be others coming, and I'd just as soon not kill any more of them if it can be avoided. Gather up the basic necessities. We'll leave the rest. God, look at this art. I know I keep saying that, but fantastic. I loved it when I read this as a teenager, but I don't think I fully appreciated just how much high artistry really goes into this storytelling. Like, it's phenomenal. I love this. I love their little camo backpacks with all of their camp gear, because they gotta move now. The basic necessities. Master Qui-Gon, may I ask you a question? Certainly, my young Padawan. Why did you treat that monster with such kindness when you knew what he was? And when the time came, you killed him and his cohorts without a trace of remorse. Why? Obi-Wan, this universe is full of creatures who act without the slightest understanding of what drives them to do what they do. My actions are determined by the will of the living force. I fed that poor little brute because he was hungry. I killed him because if I had let him kill me, I would no longer be able to do my work as a Jedi. You didn't kill him because you didn't want to die? When the Force tells me the time has come for me to die, Obi-Wan, I will die willingly. That's so zen. God, Qui-Gon is still my favorite Jedi, by the way. Fantastic. And this is a fantastic panel, too. I love how we can see the progression of time as they slowly make their way through the jungle here. But for now, let's concentrate on finding a new place to make camp. What about that mountain? Perhaps. Tell me, do you sense anything about it? I'm not sure. It looks sinister to me. Look at these Beauty and the Beast-ass roots and thorns. My sense of unease has been growing as we approach it. Keep your wits about you. There's danger nearby. Master Qui-Gon, look! I see it, Obi-Wan. Oh! That does not look inviting. We've got like skulls, hella skulls on spikes everywhere, and then just, I'm getting like elephant graveyard vibes. This could even be the skull of some crazy creature itself, you know? The structure in the middle. What is it? A sacrificial altar to a Cylon. It evidently lives in that mountain. A Cylon? I thought they were just mythical creatures, like barnacles or gluths. They exist. Well, let's get out of here then. Look at the alien skull piles! Oh, I love it. I love it so much. This is, it's so good. You don't see enough skulls of alien species, of like humanoid alien species in Star Wars. I would really like them to explore that, like the bone physiology a little bit more. Well, let's get out of here then. I sense something urging me onward. Well, that sucks for you, Obi-Wan, because you're the Padawan, and wherever Qui-Gon goes, you have to go too. It isn't every day a Jedi has the opportunity to rid the universe of a Cylon. Master, are you serious? Yes, Obi-Wan. This is something I must do. The living force is directing me. Then let's get going. You aren't coming. Wait, what? You're gonna solo this thing? Of course I am. I'm not gonna let you face a Cylon alone. There's no way. You do credit to our proud tradition, my young Padawan. Okay, so he allows him to come too. Keep the living force present in your mind, Obi-Wan. We are in the presence of one of the primordial creatures of the dark side. Primordial creatures of the dark side, let's go. Yes, Master. Focus your attention on this moment, Obi-Wan. Let the living force act through you. Well, that's like a creature's groan, like. Master, I don't think. That's right. Don't think. Whoa! Act! Yeah! Oh my God! So many mouths everywhere. So it really is like a big primordial beast. Like we don't even get a good look. Like what the hell am I looking at? It's done. Let's leave. Impressive. That's like, I need to know more about a Cylon. Like what? Look how tiny they are. Look at them in this silhouette here. That was a wild fight. Master, may I ask a question? Of course, Obi-Wan. Did we truly do the right thing by killing the Cylon? It felt so awful to take such a large life. It was unpleasant for me, too. But we are Jedi. Our lives are not ours to live as we wish. We are pledged to serve a higher power than ourselves. But it felt wrong to me. I thought serving the living force meant having respect for all creatures. The Cylon had its place in the natural scheme of things, didn't it? It only did as its nature told it to do. What right had we to seek it out and destroy it? It wasn't harming us. The ways of the living force are beyond our understanding. Who knows why we were directed to exterminate that beast? Perhaps we were agents of retribution. Perhaps we performed an act of liberation. We cannot know. We can only serve. As a Jedi Knight, you will be called upon to do many things you don't want to do, Obi-Wan. Our path is not an easy one to follow. But fear not. You are in the hands of something much greater and much better than you can imagine. Me. The end. Oh, that was great. That was a really nice little lesson, and man, what wise philosophical lessons coming from Qui-Gon here too. It's really cool to see Obi-Wan starting on the path to the Obi-Wan that we are so familiar with. He sounds a lot more like Qui-Gon here, and here Obi-Wan sounds a lot more like Anakin. He's so headstrong, but I think the difference is that rather than being controlled by his emotions, Obi-Wan is really seeking to understand what's going on so he can fit his place. He can fit into his place within serving the living force, which is what Qui-Gon's talking about. Fantastic. And the artwork was just phenomenal in this issue. I loved it. Mara Jade, A Night on the Town. Written by Timothy Zahn. Let's go. Artist, Igor Kordev. Letterer, Vicky Williams. Colors by Keith Wood. Edited by Pete James. There it is, my little one. Kintoni. One small city, a few even smaller towns, a great deal of farmland, nothing else. Are you really certain this is where you want to get off? Thank you for your concern, Jitsa, but as I have said, I have business here. It's a pit, all right, and a rebel-held pit besides. But if Isard's goons are still tracking me, this ought to lose them. Nice. Stackpole reference. I can only hope it's extremely profitable business. You certainly won't find anything rewarding about the nightlife. We left at dawn, should you change your mind. Not a chance. A couple weeks here ought to cool my trail so much that even Isard... No, I don't believe it. That's Crix Maydeen himself, one of the rebels' top people. What's he doing on a dirtball like Kintoni?
No lie, that's Maydeen himself. I saw him on a broadcast when the Alliance took the sector capital.
Hoo-hee-oh! Governor Barkale's in trouble now.
Ex-Governor Barkale, you mean?
Whatever, he's still in trouble.
Barkale is here. Interesting. I remember the Emperor pointing him out to me once. A very popular man then, and still on the rise.
This is a great panel. I love it. First of all, this dude is amazing. This no-detail guy with a drink back here. But look at Palpatine in the back, just be like, look at him. Pay attention to that guy. He's a dick. I hate him. He's just over here talking shit at this fancy party that Palpatine probably threw. And also, I love that in the Legends continuity, there is no attempts made to, dress up Palpatine's appearance for the masses. He just wears this old cowl and is a creepy old man. And that's just known. It's just known about him. Barkale's got some nice, fancy finery on, though. Look at him.
I remember the Emperor pointing him out to me once. A very popular man then, and still on the rise. And if Maydeen thinks the Empire's gonna let him sit out the war in some rebel prison cell, they'd better think harder.
Where to?
I don't know the address. I was only there once, but I can direct you. This is it. Right here, thanks.
Sure, stage your eye now.
Right. I wouldn't have thought a colony on this small world would have an Imperial garrison. Obvious place for the rebels to set up shop, though. I suppose I could go over and announce myself, but that probably wouldn't do wonders for my life expectancy. Better look for a back door first. Ah, the rewards of patience. And they were even kind enough to leave me a guard droid to deal with instead of live troopers. Probably couldn't find anyone willing to stand watch out here in the rain. The gap looks pretty narrow. I want to check it out myself before I commit. myself. My force skills have been fading ever since Skywalker and Vader murdered the Emperor. But I should have enough left. Interesting detail right there, that she feels her force powers have been diminishing ever since Return of the Jedi. Yes, good. Nice, she still has the levitation. Okay, breeze is right, and no one friendly's around. Easy, keep it moving. Make it look like the wind is doing all the pushing. I hope they program the droid with something more discriminating than a straight proximity response. A little late to worry about it now. So she's going to try and float the card over? What is she doing? You dropped this, citizen? Yes, thank you. Oh! I'm so sorry. Clumsy of me. I'll get these out of your way. I was right. That crack's going to be tight, but I think I can make it. Provided I can arrange for a little privacy, like so. Oh my goodness. There? The crack was there? Oh my god, with no context, this is like the most inappropriate panel that I've seen in a long time. Oh my god, Mara Jade, she just went for it. That poor droid. Like so. Bzzzt. Perfect. He's out cold. And no one will be the wiser unless they come over and try to talk to him. Easy now. This style garrison is a security mesh inside the wall, and I definitely don't want to cut any of the alarm wires. There. That should do. Nice. Squeezing through like Cal Kestis over here. Ugh. It's just as well I haven't been eating at all the fancy places lately. Service corridor. Probably as much privacy as I'm going to get in here. If there's going to be a party, I'd best change into some nice evening clothes. Nice. Just straight ninja outfit. This is great. Also, I really do like her, just random civilian, locals disguise that she's wearing here. I want to see someone do a cosplay of this OG Mara Jade right here. Now to find Barkdale. And I've got a good idea where to start looking.
Come now, Maydeen. Be serious. Whatever I once knew about the disposition of my sector forces is so out of date by now as to be totally useless.
Why don't you let us decide what is or isn't useful, Governor?
I merely hate to see you wasting your time. I'm sure you have many more pressing duties elsewhere.
I appreciate your concern. However, it is our time to waste, if we choose.
Let's cut through the ground clutter here, shall we? I don't know anything of value to you, and even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. I haven't committed any war crimes, even by your lopsided standards, and I surrendered quite peacefully when your men spotted me. The bottom line is that you have nothing on me, and I'm not a threat to you. You might as well let me go and be done with it.
That's the bottom line you see, is it? Funny. That's not how it looks from where I stand. Come on, Maydeen. You and Barkdale dance well together, but it has to be obvious he's not going to cooperate. Make him an offer, then send him back to his cell to think about it. Right, where she can get access to him. The bottom line I see is that winning smile of yours is an obvious rallying point for Imperial resistance.
I had no idea that under your regime, the possession of a photogenic face will be considered a crime. Thank you for the warning.
God, the sass on this guy. You like warnings? Here's another one. You've got until tomorrow morning to start cooperating. After that, the 3 Wookiees aboard my ship will take over the interrogation. Take him back to his quarters. Not exactly the type of offer I was thinking of, but it'll do. Quarters, he said, not cell. They must have him in one of the base living areas, and that's the direction to senior officers' country. Amazing. The guards on the armory actually look halfway alert. First ones I've seen here yet that did. Too bad, though. It would have been easier if they'd been asleep. Still, you can't expect even rebels to be stupid all the time. Can't cut my way in from the side. The armory will have the same embedded security mesh as the outer wall, and I don't have the equipment to jump the wires. I wonder if I've still got enough force strength left to create a small noise.
It really is an interesting, like, vestige of the time that, like, force strength was considered such a finite resource. Like, we had such a different understanding of how it worked. Like, it's been, in the new canon, like, the way the force works has been kind of reimagined and, like, I guess, redone. Like, but this is coming from Timothy Zahn. He's who wrote this, and, you know, I'll go with his explanation.
I wonder if I've still got enough force strength left to create a small noise.
It's just very video gamey, you know? That was a weird noise, but I guess that's all she had the force for.
I guess so. Come on, gentlemen, give me 3 more seconds. Thank you. Psh.
And cut right through.
Gotta move fast. There'll be others inside, and they may have heard the commotion.
There are going to be a lot of headaches around here when these guys wake up.
Now to collect the necessary goodies and get moving.
And hope there's no guard change scheduled for the next half hour. Just a litter of guards at this point, everywhere. Okay, and there's Barkdale being loaded back into his quarters. Either everyone's already asleep, or this place is severely undermanned. Either way, it's going to make life a lot simpler. Getting him out of the building will be a bit trickier. I'd better try to shift the odds a little.
Impressive long-range comms sensor nexus. Probably explains why there was a garrison here. Records files should be in that room. Come on, datapad. Let's go for a little walk.
Mara Jade thinks she's so cool with this little internal monologue as she's sneaking around. I mean, honestly, she gets to be because she actually is pretty damn cool.
I just hope the last fleet flyby wasn't too long ago. Okay, I'm wired in. Searching records.
This is a great perspective, too, the way she's just, like, reaching up from under the frame, grabbing the data pad, and then just, like, hacking into the side of the terminal. And we see personnel just, like, milling about, none the wiser. She's, like, invisible to them.
I'll be blinked. That's the executor. What in space was Vader doing way out here? Doesn't matter. Make a quick copy of the record, link it into the main sensor feed, and the stage is set. Now let's see if I can arrange a few sound effects.
Is she going to try and trick them into thinking that Vader is on approach? With, like, old footage and recycling it into the feed?
So far, so good. Either these guys are less impressive than even the average rebel, or they just weren't expecting company tonight.
Or else I'm a lot better at this than I thought. But even ridiculous luck shouldn't be pushed too hard. And trying to take out another set of guards would definitely be pushing it.
But this room should be directly behind Barkdale's, so all I need to do...
Uh-oh. What's the problem?
Either rebel discipline doesn't extend to making their beds, or else this room has had a very recent occupant.
Oh no. Someone's in the bed right now!
Probably in the fresher. I'll still set for stun, though. Under the circumstances, he might prefer that I just killed him.
That's far enough. Drop him. That's totally a DL-44. Yeah, it's Han Solo. That's gotta be Han Solo. That's far enough. Drop him. Oh, that's not Han. That is a weird bearded man in a diaper. Okay, this just got weird. No, don't turn around. My compliments on getting this far. Oh, of course, it's Maydeen. You're in Maydeen's quarters? You went into the wrong room, girl. My compliments on getting this far.
Mine in return, General Maydeen. That was a nice disappearing act.
Experience, that's all. That UCT of yours made a very distinctive noise.
UCT?
Universal Cutting Tool. Your lightsaber. Security, 2 troopers to room Resh 6. Double march. Nice, I love it when they use proper Aurebesh lettering like that.
So, what now? Gotta time this straight down. There won't be much more than a half second of distraction, if that much.
Come on, General. Show some normal societal reflexes and reach for your robe. Something tells me Maydeen's not about that.
there. And go!
Oh, he did. He reached for the robe and she made the move. Shot it out of his hand. That's great. Gotta move fast before those reinforcements arrive. Look at his face. All right, everyone. Just stay calm. Sir, incoming imps. A whole fleet. What the? Sound the alert. It's working. It's working flawlessly. The footage is totally fooling them over here. Easy, boys. Even a stun blast won't get me back here. Not fast enough, anyway. Shoot her, you idiots! Shoot her! I'm dead anyway! Don't do anything rash. You'll be days filling out all the forms for a dead general. Ah, there's the alert, right on schedule. Now if I got the timing right on those grenades I borrowed from the armory. There's my chance. Except for stun. Nice. And that's that, she got them both. God, Mara's slick. Oh, or maybe not. Pretty fast for an old man. Never fight anyone who's just wearing their underwear. Like, it's never going to go well for you. They've got nothing to lose. Oh, he got the lightsaber! Not stupid either. Better wrap this up before one of us gets killed. Okay, to the back of the knee. That's dirty. That was dangerously reckless, General. A lightsaber's no thing for amateurs to fool around with. Go ahead. Get it over with. Get what over with? Don't play coy. It doesn't suit you. You're an Imperial assassin sent here to kill me. You know it and I know it, so just do it. I hate to bruise your ego, but I have no interest in killing you. Racking up rebel casualties is the fleet's job. However, I'll concede that you've made my task a lot trickier. So far, I haven't had to kill any of your people, but that could change. Unless you and I make a deal. Here it is. We haven't been able to ID the ships yet. That Super Star Destroyer has some strange markings. Alert any warships in the area and contact Sector Command. Where in blazes is General Maydean? Right here, Commander. Secure from full alert. Secure? But sir, we have an Imperial fleet incoming. What you have is a ghost. That ship is the Executor, currently a cloud of scattered atoms. Our intruders fed an old record into your sensors. You, Lieutenant, get a squad to the sensor complex and check, and sound intruder alert. Don't bother with the alert, Lieutenant. She's long gone by now. Come on, Governor, move it. Even rebels don't stay fooled forever. All right, I'm through. I can't get us a ship until morning. You got a place we can hole up? Indeed I do. Follow me. We've got a few minor injuries and mostly minor damage. It could have been a lot worse. Indeed. I want a speeder truck and a squad of your most trusted men, Lieutenant. Have them wait for me at the main entrance. You were right, General. And it turns out those blasts were our own grenades, time-fused and stashed away in unused rooms. Your pardon, sir, but a single squad's not nearly enough for a full-scale search. We're not doing a full-scale search, Commander. Carry out your orders, Lieutenant. I'm gonna get dressed. Where are we? My home. Ever since the capital fell. The rebels don't know about it. I was at the spaceport trying to arrange transport when they caught me. Come in. You're in for quite a surprise. Whoa! What in? Like it? Welcome to the largest collection of wealth in the entire region of space. I've got 3 cases full of credit chits for deposits in banks all across the Empire. Plus some of the most valuable art objects outside the Emperor's private collection. And, of course, cash. Lots of it. You'll get a share, of course, once we're back on Coruscant. A proper reward for such a bold and efficient rescue. Where did all this come from? The Sector Treasury, of course. As soon as it would clear the capital. As soon as it was clear the capital was doomed, I pulled out as much as I could, so the rebels wouldn't get it. I'm sure we can put it to good use, eh? Perhaps. Just leave the weapons where they are. What? Your story was just fine, Governor, except for one small point.
This is one of the sculptures you reported stolen or destroyed in a rebel attack 2 years ago. As were most of the other art objects in here. You didn't clean out the treasury in advance of any rebel victory. You've been quietly siphoning it off for the last 10 years. The charge is treasonous embezzlement. Have you anything to say in your defense?
Wait a minute! Just a minute now! I don't know what rumors you've been listening to.
No rumors, Governor. I read your reports myself. In the Emperor's office.
What? But...
You came to his attention months ago. You and your sector's mysteriously vanishing funds. He asked me to look into it, but I never had the chance to do more than some preliminary record searches until now. The sentence is death. To be carried out.
All of it! You can have all of it! There's billions here! Billions! All I ask is that you let me...
Ugh! Nice, you just threw it at him. Immediately. Damn, that is cold. Maydeen.
Yes?
455 Tenegra Street. He and it will be waiting for you.
All of it? As you suspected?
All of it. Minus a little traveling money. Don't try to find me, General. It wouldn't be healthy. No need for threats. We do have a deal. Wow, so Crix Maydeen is not above letting an Imperial problem go away here. As long as he can get the funds back for the Rebellion. That's a lot of money going into the Rebellion's coffers. Still, they would eventually have stumbled over it anyway. It's worth them getting it a few days early to have been able to bring Imperial justice to a traitor like Barkdale. Just see that you remember that. Goodbye, General. Enjoy.
Well, I'll be a hatchling. It's the little one again. Did you decide to come with us after all?
Yes, if there's still room.
There's always room on my ship for such a delightful personage as yourself. Did you settle your business so soon?
Enough of it, yes. Some old business came up, actually. And you were right. The nightlife here is quite dull. The end. Oh, man. This was a good story. I like that this is like early on in Mara Jade's trajectory towards becoming a heroic person and siding with the rebels. But even back here, she's trying to mete out Imperial justice on behalf of the Emperor, you know, posthumously. And yet she cuts a deal with Maydeen. So already she's kind of making those bridges. Without even realizing it, I think, at this point. Okay. Extinction. Featuring Darth Vader and the Dark Woman. Oh, sick. I'm stoked for this. Written by Ron Martz. Art by Claudio Castellini. Letters by Michael Taylor. Colors by Guy Major. And edited by Pete James. It's quite the first panel. Vader coming in, trampling on some flowers. Oh, I love it. Look at this art. This is fantastic. The reflective surfaces, the steam, the red lighting. Vader's just like dark figure coming across the floor. Anytime you get to see Coruscant in this era, it's my favorite. I was so fascinated with Coruscant as a kid. Before the prequels, you know. I had an art book of Ralph McQuarrie's just concept art, and they talked about Imperial Center. This was before Coruscant was even coined. I was so fascinated with the idea of this planet being a city. And also, like, where the Emperor actually lives. You know, what's day-to-day life like there? I didn't know you were on Coruscant. Lord Vader. Majestic. Look at this. I can drink this in. This art is so good. You summoned me, my master.
Ah, Lord Vader. Some time ago, I entrusted you with the task of eliminating the remaining Jedi, of breaking the final ties with the old Republic.
Yes, my master. Only a few remain, and those are in hiding.
One has been found. One has been found.
How, Master? I have eliminated many, but my searches have yielded no more.
Your searches, yes. However, the pawns at my disposal are numerous. There are others who serve my needs.
What up, Mara Jade? Just standing off to the side, she's just like, oh, don't worry about me, Vader. I'm a fly on the wall.
Mara Jade.
Oh, no, that's Vader.
Mara Jade.
Darth Vader.
Yes, I believe you know one another. Mara Jade can be resourceful in ways you are not, Lord Vader. Her methods are somewhat more delicate than yours. Is that not so, Mara?
I encountered a man who was trying to escape Imperial custody on Kuat. He gave me information he'd come by from a Sicorian smuggler. A Jedi hides on the 5th planet in the Kafrigan system. A Jedi hides on the 5th planet in the Kafrigan system on the Outer Rim. The name he whispered in my ear was the Dark Woman. I love it. I love the reaction panels from Vader where it's just his helmeted face. It always cracks me up.
Finally, she is discovered. I must be the one to eliminate her, Master.
As Emperor's hand, the job should be mine, Vader.
Your meager Jedi training is not enough to assure your success against the Dark Woman. Only the power of the dark side will destroy her.
I located her. I deserve...
Enough! The decision is mine. I will not have these rebel upstarts using the Jedi as a rallying symbol. They must be hunted to extinction. You will do this task for me, Lord Vader.
As you wish, Master.
I will not fail you, my master.
Mara Jade is so shitty. Look at her. She's really pissed that she doesn't get to be the one to do it.
I know you will not fail me. You do know something of the destruction of a Jedi.
What a dig. What a dig at Anakin. Oh, nice. This is like Cubone if you gave him steroids. Get out of here, wildlife. Lambda shuttle coming in. Also, gorgeous shot of the Lambda. Look at all the greebles and machinery on the underside. That's a rare perspective. You don't usually get to see the underside of it like that. Oh, the Dark Woman, just in her throne. This is gonna be good. Look at her over here, just like communing with nature, just fully Disney princessing it. This is how she's spending her, her post-66 days.
You and your men remain with the ship. I'll handle this alone.
I say post-66 days, but Order 66 was not a thing yet when this came out. Run along now. This isn't going to be any place for you to be. Another fantastic panel. There's a lot going on here. If they ever made a live action adaptation of this story, you just know this would be a weird little puppet creature, and I love it. That would be the right move. The Dark Woman and Vader coming face to face. Let's go. Oh, she's got a sweet saber hilt too. Look at that. Beautiful. That's beautiful. It's a dying species. One of the last of its kind. Here she is, the Dark Woman. Although I must say, not looking particularly dark here. She's Arcanian, if I recall correctly.
So few exist anymore. I've been keeping it alive, nurturing it until it can spread again. One must be patient. Weeds appear from time to time, threatening to choke out such blossoms. Extinction is the natural order of things.
Oh, that's Vader. Choke out such blossoms.
Extinction is the natural order of things. Weaker species are replaced by stronger ones.
Certain species are hardier than you suspect. They bide their time, in places like this, and bloom when you least expect it.
This is great. The constant double entendres. They're having like two conversations at once. Imagine calling Vader a weed. That's some tough talk.
And bloom when you least expect it. You'd be surprised at what can be reclaimed, Lord Vader. A seed long buried can still sprout and bear fruit. You of all people should understand that.
There is no turning once a dark path is taken. You of all people should understand that.
What I understand is some paths are easier to tread. For a coward.
Continued next issue. Oh, damn. Okay. They're going to give us a cliffhanger on this one. There's no way the Dark Woman goes down without a fight. Not like this. We're definitely going to have an epic showdown here. This is a fantastic panel of Vader, by the way. Just looming like this. And there's the hint of red reflected on his helmet from the saber. Like, the lighting is just, it's masterful. Okay, moving on. In the desolate world of Tatooine, Obi-Wan Kenobi knew there were two potential Jedi Knights left. One, he knew, was Luke Skywalker, son of Anakin. The other, however, Obi-Wan could not pinpoint. It was tremendously frustrating for Kenobi. Long did he search throughout Tatooine, through an assortment of wretched hives of scum and villainy, through nauseating conclaves of loathing and depravity, and through many other places of equally tortured syntax. There were times when he felt that he was almost on top of him, but he would look around, check the crowds of alien beings all around him, and was unable, for all his powers of the Force, to locate him. Oh my god, this is so good. We're in for a treat. Little did he suspect that the mysterious Jedi was literally under his nose. For the one he was searching for was Skippy, the Jedi Droid. As featured in But I Digress, the Comic Buyer's Guide. Written by Peter David, pencils by Martin Edgeland, inks by Howard Shum, letters by Vicky Williams, colors by Harold McKinnon, edited by Pete Janes. This is one of my favorite stories in Star Wars Tales. Oh, it's so silly. I love it. Some great crowd shots here, too. Recognizing so many of these aliens. Alright, Skippy, tell us your tale. Now, Skippy was not entirely certain when he became self-aware. Artificial intelligence was nothing new for droids, of course. But Skippy sensed that he was something more. Something different. He tried to convey this to his peers. But all the other droids used to laugh and call him names. What are you, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? They never let poor Skippy join in any droid-type games. One day, however, while Skippy was serving drinks for his angry and vicious master, Jabba the Hutt, a passing bounty hunter banged into him. Oh my goodness. I wonder who it could be. Yup, we know those legs. Skippy knew when that drink hit the ground, the punishment would be severe, even fatal. The moment of the falling drink seemed to extend into infinity, and in that endless moment, Skippy reached out with his mind, with his feelings, and the drink righted itself. He's like, whoa! Skippy knew that this was impossible, and yet, it had happened. It transpired so quickly that no one else had even noticed. Skippy quietly served the drink and went on about his duties. But that night, while everyone was sleeping, he tried to move something. Nothing major,
Just a rock. Nothing happened at first, but then... Skippy practiced nightly. He had no idea what was happening. He only knew that he possessed some sort of bizarre skill, like the fabled Jedi Knights. He only knew that he possessed some sort of bizarre skill, like the fabled Jedi Knights. For his lubricants were rife with midi-chloroxians, giving him mastery of the Force. Midi-chloroxians? Also, I just noticed that this is the droid from Lost in Space. What are you doing here, dude? And one night, one amazing night, Skippy escaped. With his amazing power, he removed his restraining bolt. Badass. The two massive guards barred his way, but Skippy simply reached out with the power of the Force and said, which translated means, "I'm not the droid you're looking for." And Skippy rolled to freedom. Freedom to seek his destiny as a Jedi droid. I love that they're both kind of like, huh? What did he just say? Whatever, the story seems to check out. Let him through. Goddamn Gamorreans. There was, however, a problem which Skippy now had to face. He was in the middle of a desert. Not surprising, since all of Tatooine is a desert. Jedi or not, droid or not, being in a desert can be an intimidating and daunting prospect. By day, he hid in shadows from the twin suns of Tatooine. Although no matter how hard he tried, he could not hide from the fact that binary stars have no planets due to their massive gravity wells, but we won't get into that. He hid from the Sand People from Tusken. The Sand People from Tusken. Interesting, we're just putting both words in one sentence. The Tusken Raiders. The Sand People are called Tusken Raiders because they massacred the people of Fort Tusken a very long time ago. But poor Skippy began to wear down. He became filthy, encrusted with dirt, sand working into his innards. His power cells were draining, and slowly he came to realize that, even though he was a droid of destiny, it might be that he didn't have the opportunity to find it. And then, one day, his destiny found him. Under ordinary circumstances, he would have endeavored to hide from the Jawas, but he knew he had little choice. He wasn't going to be able to last much longer on his own. So Skippy let the Jawas spot him. They cleaned him up as best they could, and Skippy decided that he would stay aboard the transport for a while, knowing he could escape any time. And then one day, he met two droids. One was another R2 unit, but this R2 unit seemed obsessed with some sort of a mission, a message to be delivered to an Obi-Wan Kenobi. The name struck a chord within Skippy. He sensed that the Force was trying to tell him something, but Skippy was sorely frustrated and was unable to comprehend. Then another droid showed up, and this one was called C-3PO, and he wouldn't shut up. His yammering made it difficult for Skippy to concentrate on the sense of the future he was beginning to have. There were images swirling in him that he could not quite understand. Oh my god, amazing. A vision of a man dressed in black, and of a young woman who, for some reason, had cinnamon rolls on her head. And there they are, with frosting and everything, oh my god. And armored soldiers, and sometimes they were riding on large lizard-like creatures, but other times they were just sitting on a large replica of one. It was all very confusing. God, this is so unserious. Then one day, the Jawa transport ground to a halt, and they rousted all the droids out into the hot Tatooine surface. Two people approached, moisture farmers. Skippy knew the type. They seemed unassuming, run-of-the-mill, an older man and the young man. There was something about him, something that seemed to call out greatness. Not for nothing, that's a pretty good Owen. That does not look anything like Luke. There's a little bit of Jake Lloyd in the face almost, though, which is an interesting choice. I wonder if that was on purpose. Skippy knew instantly. This blonde one, the Force was strong within him. Destiny had seen him through after all. This young man and he would be an unstoppable team. They could defeat the Empire, return the galaxy to peace, cause the Jedi to rise once more to their glory.
The one called Owen was busy having his ear bent by that talky 3PO unit. Skippy nudged a thought into Owen. A thought that said, "I am the droid you're looking for." And that red one. Come on, Red, let's go. Oh, no. We all know we remember the scene from the original. We know what's about to happen. That's a great way to like add a twist to it. That like the reason Owen chose that droid is because he used the Force to plant that in Owen's mind. I love it. Come on, Red, let's go. And as Skippy rolled toward his destiny, and suddenly the future became clear to Skippy as destiny held its breath. Skippy would try to communicate with the young Jedi, but C-3PO would refuse to translate such rubbish. Uncle Owen would see him start moving things with the Force and would immediately have Skippy's memories erased. Meantime, the armored men would come for the blue R2 and take him to the Dark Caped Man. The Dark Man would destroy the R2 unit. Then he would kill the young woman with the cinnamon rolls on her head. Eventually, the rebels would be found. A frightening space station would fill the sky above them and blow them out of existence. Obi-Wan Kenobi would sense their minds crying out in fear and terror, and, filled with despair, his mighty heart would give out and he would die, alone and forgotten in his hut. The young Jedi would stay and rot on Tatooine, one excuse after another offered until he was an old moisture farmer, staring at the sky, looking for a destiny he had never followed. All this because the blue R2 unit had not been chosen. If the blue R2 unit went with the young Jedi, a very different and great path lay ahead. One that did not include Skippy the Jedi droid. Without hesitation, Skippy drove the Force inward like a spike and... Uncle Owen, this R2 unit is a bad motivator, look! Oh, the unknowable irony of that statement. For Skippy had the most magnificent motivation of all, trying to save the galaxy. With his waning strength, Skippy prompted the 3PO unit to say, "Excuse me, sir, but that R2 unit is in prime condition. A real bargain." "Uncle Owen, how about that one?" Look at how they're drawing his face, he's just yelling. And Skippy, his circuits failing, saw the future to come, all thanks to his heroic sacrifice. As blackness fell, he watched C-3PO and R2-D2 side by side as they were meant to be. When the stormtroopers came and destroyed the Jawas and their cargo, Skippy, still in a coma, was blasted to pieces by a stray stormtrooper bolt. He died alone, unmourned, until now. Be kind to your droids and major appliances, and next time you're alone and you feel something, a faint beeping in your skull, or the sound of motors whirring, you may be sensing him. One with the Force now, ever present, ever seeking out others of his kind. Others who may be in your kitchen, or on your desk, or in your briefcase. Wherever machines are taken for granted, wherever sentience may exist, there will be Skippy the Jedi droid. Brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. And so, with the context of this story, Skippy the Jedi droid, which is an amazing recontextualizing of that scene in A New Hope where they choose R2 and 3PO at the Jawa sale. Like, it's so funny, it's clever, but it has heart to it too. It's a moving story. This droid made the ultimate sacrifice, and this is why I got so excited in The Mandalorian when Pelimato busted out R5. And it's the R5. It's Skippy. You can see the little blast mark on his dome where his motivator fruit, like, fried. You can see the little scorch mark on top of his dome from where the motivator fried. So, we need to add an addendum to this ending that he didn't die alone, unmourned forever. Pelimato found him. She probably bought him from some Jawas, and she fixed him up. And now, he is a hero of Mandalore, alright? He was the first one on the ground when they went back to reclaim Mandalore. So, Skippy had a much bigger destiny than he realized. He didn't just have to take one for the team. He actually was able to shape galactic events himself, next to Bo, Katan, and Din Djarin. Awesome. Even though he was pretty scared the whole time. Clearly, he came back with a different personality. Oh, this was fun. Yeah, Star Wars Tales is such a classic. I grew up reading these. Can't wait to read the rest of them. I think there's like 24 in this series. So I'll be doing these one a week. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed Comics with Katarn. Today we started Star Wars Tales and read through issue number 1. And man, this was a good one. Yeah, we read through Life, Death of the Living Force, which is a great little exploration of Obi-Wan learning some necessary lessons from Qui-Gon. Mara Jade, A Night on the Town, just straight up fun ninja action with some wisecracks and some great Timothy Zahn storytelling. Darth Vader Extinction, I didn't really know what to expect from that, and then when it turned into a confrontation with the Dark Woman, I can't wait for part 2. Part 2's got to be coming soon. And then Skippy the Jedi Droid, all-timer of a story, absolutely love it. It's a Hall of Famer in terms of stories, not just Legends, but just overall for Star Wars. And it's because I had the little R5 unit, you know. They were sold out of R2s when I tried to get one, so I was always playing with, like, you know, the B-string character toys anyway. So getting a whole story for little R5, I'm all about it. I love it. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. This is all I got for Comics with Katarn. I will see you next week, and as always, may the Force be with you.